Hey guys, so I finally paid off the IRS. The divorce papers is in court. I'm just trying to sign it, but yeah, I don't know. The ex is just so complicated. We just can't talk. There's no communication. We no longer understand each other. She could be talking about something, and I think she's talking about an orange. And then I talk about something, and then she's talking about, and then she thinks I'm talking about a fucking apple. When at the end of the day, we're trying to fucking talk about a pear. So there's just, I don't know, man. I give up. Point being, all I have to do is just sign some fucking papers so we can fucking get divorced. Like, one last deed, but it's like, we just can't come together. At this point, I give up. I was like, you know what, just have the cops serve me at this point. It's too fucking complicated. Like, I give up. So I wanted to give my experience on what to do once you get cheated on. It hurts. Fuck, it hurts. It's one of the greatest pains you will ever fucking feel. The person you thought who had your back, the person you would take a bullet for, does that to you. It hurts and you become paranoid as fuck. I'm here to tell you, don't change who you are because you will blame yourself. You will think maybe I could have done something better, but that's who they are. That's the type of person that they are. They're selfish as fuck. And when you break up, there's going to be two different stories. There's going to be their story blaming you, and then the truth. As long as you know the truth, that's all that matters. Everybody thinks what happened on my story is I was always the jealous husband. So she just went out on a lunch date with a coworker, which was never the case. Like, the amount of detail I know is ridiculous, but I'm not here to slander her name. I don't really give a rat's ass. That's a different chapter in my life that I no longer care about, and I'm tired of letting it affect me emotionally and mentally, and I want to let it go. And this is my video of letting this shit go. It's been over a year, going on 2 in December, and I'm ready to heal. I've been healing, but now I'm just tired of, I don't know, it's hard to say, man. You will develop baggage. You gotta do your best to heal, because if you don't, you will bring that baggage into your next relationship, and you'll start getting paranoid. You'll start thinking the next person's fucking cheating on you too. It is difficult, but you can't be doing that. The next person you're with, you gotta give them a clean slate. And it's not easy, believe me, I know. It's difficult, but you have to do it if you want to be happy. You can't let this person who already did you wrong affect you for the rest of your life. Because that's what I was doing. I was shutting everybody out. I was going to change who I was. And why? Because I'm going to let her affect me so much to the point I'm going to change who I am when I did nothing wrong. So I said, fuck that. So I am grateful. Our marriage was horrible, especially in the last year. I get home at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I still stay outside for 15 minutes and I wanted to go home. So even before she cheated, that shit was just the icing on the fucking cake. Like, to finish it off. That for me, I'm grateful. Because that was enough for me to say, fucking, I'm out. There's no way. I can't recover for that. You broke my trust. If I can't trust you, I can't be with you. Everything else, I still try to work. I was willing to do anything, marriage counseling, anything, but I don't know, there was just no communication. So now I'm learning it's more than just trust. You have to be able to communicate. If your partner can't understand what you're trying to explain to them, it's not going to work out. And I feel like that's how it was with my most recent relationship. It was the same thing. I tried to communicate with her. She said that, yeah, she understands, but yet she kept doing it over and over. And then we tried working it out one more time because I said, well, she didn't cheat on me, so I'm sure we can work it out. But then she freaked out, and then she said she wasn't ready for a relationship, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, fuck, I'm done. Like, I can't keep doing these kind of relationships. So I just kept thinking about it. The way you do it too, always think about the cons. Don't think about the pros. Once you break up, it's like an addict. You start missing it. You miss the good times, and then you start telling yourself, oh, maybe it wasn't too bad. I mean, we did have fun, we did do this, maybe if I could have done that. No, once it's done, fucking make sure you're done and think about all the cons. And sometimes you do forget. For me, I just remembered all the fucking cons because I tried talking to her right now and it's just, my head hurts so much and it's just like, I don't know how to talk to you. It's like talking to a wall and then vice versa. And it's like, fuck, I give up. And I'm just like, dude, even if fucking she didn't cheat on me, it just wouldn't work out. It's just too much of a headache. And I'm grateful. I am way better today than I ever was. And I remember I used to be angry at people for telling me, it's gonna get better. I was pissed at them. Are you gonna learn from it? I was like, learn what? Not to fucking trust people? Like, I was angry, I was bitter. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot of fucking red flags. I learned a lot of things. Now when I'm talking to, if I go on a date and I'm talking to a girl and I notice this, I'm like, ooh, red flag. For me, one of the biggest red flags is attention. I can't give that much attention. I'm busy. For me, once, twice a week is enough. But for some other people, they want every fucking day. And I can't do that. And then because it starts building guilt. I feel like I'm a bad boyfriend because I can't give them what they want, attention. So, there's just so much into it. But first things first, you will miss them, but you gotta remember the fucking cons, why you broke up, why it sucked. Do you really want to go through that again? I feel like so many people get cheated on and they say, well, it wasn't too bad. But for me, I seen what happens. I knew somebody who'd been married for 30, 40 years. Her husband cheated on her at the beginning of a relationship when they were like 1 or 2 years together, and she still never forgot. And she's still crying about it to this day. It still hurts her to this day. Every now and then she brings it up to this day, 30, 40 years later. You never get over it. I know another couple. They were married, broke it off for I think a few months, and then they stayed together. But every time I ask these people, why are you still together? They always say, I invested all this time already, or nobody else is going to put up with me, or I'm not going to find anyone else. It's never ever because I love them. Same thing with marriage. A lot of people ask who are married, why are you married? Like, well, less taxes. You have to pay less taxes. They go, it's convenient. It's never, ever, ever because I love them. That's what I'm just saying. Find somebody who you love, but you have to open up. As much as it hurts, you have to open up. If you don't, it's not gonna work. Yeah, you run again the possibility of being hurt again, but that's just the risk you gotta take, and it's up to you. Do you want to find true happiness? Do you want to find true love? Because I always talk to people too, is like, oh, I'm looking for true love, but at the end of the day, they have such a huge guard up, and they want someone to be patient with them, but they think the next relationship they're going to have is going to heal them, but they can't do anything. The only way you're going to heal is if you heal yourself. You have to put in the work yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. And people always think, oh, you just need to be patient with me. It's like, well, are you working on it? Like, you're the one who has to do the work. I can't do shit. All I can say is, yeah, I'll be here for you, but I can't be here forever. This is how it's going to be 2-3 years later. So for me, I think I'm just done. Like, I'm done with my ex-wife. I'm done letting her affect me. Hell yeah, I was bitter. I was angry for so long dude, I sacrificed 5 years of my life and I don't have shit to show for it. I couldn't help but think, man, how far would I have been right now? I would have had my own condo, my own career finished. I would have been done with school. Dude, how the hell is that not gonna affect me? But it took me a while to be all like, well, it's not helping me now. It's not gonna help my situation. Bitching and complaining is not gonna help. You have to put in work. That's the only way you're gonna find success or any results. People, like for me, even right now, I'm thinking, I'm trying to get more money and saying, oh, I have experience, but it's just knowledge. But I'm knowledge in what? Labor? Anybody can fucking do that. So what right do I have saying these type of things? So I have to put in work. I have to put in something to the point where I can become irreplaceable. And then that you need to become unique. But in my case right now, I'm expendable. So I have to put in work in that. So for me, I'm constantly putting work in my type of relationships. And when for my most recent one, I keep thinking, okay, what could I do better for the next relationship? I learned a lot of patience, man. A lot of patience. Well, another thing I learned too is, my job does affect me so much. If you hate your job, you're already angry. So then when you go home, you bring that shit with you. And I don't want to end up being like my dad, staying at a job you hate for 30 fucking years and being in a marriage where you're not happy no more, we don't even love each other, and you don't want to get a divorce because it's gonna cost you money. The only reason my parents are fucking still together is because my dad doesn't want to pay my mom alimony. That's it. I don't want to be in that type of relationship. I want to move on, man, and I'm ready. I'm ready to open my heart and be hurt. But that's the only way you can find out. That's how I want to live. No fucking regrets. I don't want to let one person change who I am. I could give a rat's ass what they say about me, their opinion, man. I don't care. At the end of the day, as long as I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, and I try my best, and I know I gave it 100%, I know I won't have any regrets. So when I'm in my deathbed, I know I lived the fullest life I could possibly do with what I had. We all get dealt with a different hand, and you can only do with that hand you got. Slowly get rid of cards and get new ones until you get a good hand. That's all you can do, man, but you have to put in the work. If you want to heal, you have to put in the work so you don't come into the next relationship with a lot of baggage. There will be situations where it feels like deja vu, and they'll do something that triggers you. Just be aware of it. If you're aware of it, you can make progress from it and you can move forward. Like for me, I was talking to somebody and I kept judging her because here I get judged a lot. In this area, I get judged at for where I live at. Here it's all about status and money. And I was talking to somebody and I judged her. I'm not gonna lie, I did. I was fucking being a dick and I judged her because I thought she was just like every other girl here, fucking judging money. She could give a rat's ass how much I made, where I'm from, I was actually surprised she caught my interest and I asked her out on a date. So tomorrow I have a date, and I'll make another video on that, how you gotta take the initiative. But first things first, you have to heal to move on. Just put in work, man. I'll try to go more into details later in another video. I've just been so busy with, all this shit and applying for 3 jobs and a 4th one coming up, so constantly busy. But I do want to talk more into details and how I healed, how I did it, because I feel like I haven't done that enough. I've just been busy and been giving updates on the shit I've been dealing with, but I want to make videos like this to help other people. So anyway, sorry for the long ass rant, but appreciate you guys watching, man. Good luck out there, put in work, don't be afraid to open up. If you get hurt again, oh well, you live with no regrets. That's the only way to do it, man. You can't let one person affect you for the rest of your fucking life. Peace out.